PlayStation 2.
This isn't Twitch.
I know, isn't that the strangest? Now loading. Welcome to Shadow Hearts. I'm Morn.
I'm Nathan, I think.
He might be Nathan.
Sorry for the train wreck, folks. This is literally the first time.
We're virgins. So, a ruse.
Speak for yourself, man.
Alright. So, I'm probably going to do all the, behind the scenes of this in the thread, whatever, when we make it.
Remember to ask people to spoiler tags, because I might be doing... I haven't played this before, but here's what I think's gonna happen.
Yeah. Alright. So, Shadow Hearts was made by a company called Sagnoth, which were a bunch of Squaresoft people. The company was originally founded by composer Hiroki Kikuta, who you would know from Secret of Mana's soundtrack, and there's a game being made by the guys who make Skullgirls now that's using him for the soundtrack. He founded the company and then left before their first game was released, which was the prequel to this one. So this is a sequel.
The sequel to the prequel.
It turns out, by the way, that there are like 3 or 4 of these little demos, and I'm only showing one here. I may do a video afterwards that shows all the demos off. But this gives you some idea of what's going to happen in the game, sort of.
Wait, what? Do we get a busty lady with giant glasses in the party?
We might get a busty lady with giant glasses in the party.
Is she that lady that you said was a spy?
We'll find out. Let's not spoiler everything.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Even though this is spoilering half the game right in front of your eyes.
Oh, curses, I forgot. This is meant to be blind.
Alright, so... yeah. So that's the demo. It's just... kind of skip ahead a bit. And see this again. I had to do color correction on this game and it still looks like crap. Anyway, we have the intro so people can see what this is all about.
It's already past 2300, and it's still a long way to Fengtian.
Major Tsuji, what is this about? Why the special train in the middle of the night to escort this girl to Japan? She looks pretty ordinary to me.
Hell if I know. There's no telling what the big shots in Tokyo are thinking. Next time I see you-know-who, I'll ask her, okay? What's going on? Shoot! Die!
Butcher Bacon. I'm honored that you remember me so well. You can't escape. Come along quietly, sister. Ah, a new actor in our play. I was fond of him.
So that was exciting.
So the Fat Controller slipped a girl a roofie.
That happened. So we now control Rude Hero, apparently. That's his canon name?
Well, that's what the info box tells us.
And this is going to go by quick, so I'm going to have to explain as we go things like the Judgment Ring, which is the main mechanic of how you do pretty much anything in this game. That and finding question marks on the ground. But the Judgment Ring is basically a timing minigame that you have to do. And for physical attacks like these, it is yellow with a red end. And if you can get into the red end, it's a better hit. And if you can do red on all three of them, it's perfect. But you also have a short window and you risk missing, which will see me do quite a bit when I aim for perfects.
So it's kind of like a more skill-based, what they do in Mario RPGs then.
Yeah, actually it is. Here I'm trying to get a thing off of a corpse and I end up getting the thing off the other corpse first. They can sometimes be pixel hunts.
Don't hire more to dig graves, people.
It'll look hideous. So this game is right up your alley, Nathan, with all the blood and guts and everything. That seems like the kind of thing you would enjoy quite a bit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright, so Rude Hero, of course, I think I said this in the stream where we did this before, he likes to make his own doors.
Oh yeah, and this is about the part where I just fell to pieces.
Because you didn't hear him introduce himself as Roger Bacon in that one, did you?
No.
So you're just like, who's Bacon? I love this game's music, too. There were actually two composers, though I only saw one of them in the credits. Yasunori Mitsuda, who worked on Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, also worked on this game. I think this is where you were sold, if I'm not mistaken, when Fusion happened.
Oh yeah.
And Fusion is Rude Hero's special ability. He gets to become a Pokemon.
Or a Persona, or a Stand. Yeah, let's not limit ourselves to a single franchise here.
Or Breath of Fire Dragon transformations. So, here's a magic. Magic is green, apparently. And you see the dangers of going for a perfect in the Judgment Ring. You can miss pretty easily if you're slow.
Does that mean the entire thing fails, or...?
Yes.
Okay.
If you miss during the second or later parts of a regular attack, you will get one or two hits off, depending on what you successed at. Succeeded, wow. I'm leaving that in, by the way. That was terrible.
So are you leaving that in?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm kind of waiting till this happens to point this out, but this is an unwinnable boss fight. The 3 rounds always play out exactly the same way. He hits you, he uses this special attack increaser, and then he kills you. And then he tells you you're strong. Because apparently 999 damage was not enough to actually murder you when you have 53 or so HP.
Oh, and this is part where he becomes a Belmont.
Or Garland. I, Bacon, will knock you all down. Oh, hey, cutscene.
What? Down!
And title screen. And here's our world map.
This is the best world map I have ever had the pleasure of seeing.
So we're going to save our game here. You're actually going to see me do a lot of saving in these.
Do we get to see a lot of loading?
Maybe? I do know we have 1,040 cash.
140 cash monies.
I mean, we're in a real world analog here, and we still have cash, so... I just notice the way she lays down. So here we have, fun dialogue where Rude Hero introduces himself and is rude.
If you're looking for the hype train,
It's right here. So, yeah, I'm going to be a little uncomfortable with some of this just because really video game, but I still enjoy it.
oh, excellent! Girl in Danger is her title.
Her name is Girl in Danger. That is canon.
She had it changed by deed poll from Damsel in Distress.
And like any good girl in danger, she just runs off.
The overall presentation so far, it's like, Rude Hero, that portrait.
Yeah. The portraits are not great. I don't think, anyway.
No, they're so bad that it's good. I'm trying to compliment things.
Oh, hey. Here's a thing from another video game that got famous. Where the main character has weird head issues and causes him to go down on one knee. Also, if you're playing with a DualShock, which you should be because PlayStation 2, that will set off the rumble whenever the voice shows up. And so yeah, our Rude Hero hears voices in his head.
Okay, so he didn't hear the entirety of the sentence, but he tried to make context work.
Here's a secret that you may not find when you play the game because it doesn't look like you can go up that path, but you can. So, of course, being a girl in danger, she's immediately found herself in some sort of danger.
I'm just curious why you were so invested in getting that leather belt.
It's a piece of equipment. Again, I have to call this out again. Look how she's laying down. Something is off about that.
I guess it's because it's hard to tell the way things are if she's actually on the ground and we're like seeing her with the back of her skirt is on the floor, or if she's got her butt in the air.
I've always thought it was the second one of those. Also, Yuri seems to be digging on her all of a sudden. Or rude hero. Spoiler alert. I love the little emoticons or emojis over their heads for things.
Except this was back at a time when internet conversation wasn't that, commonplace. So they'd probably refer to them as, like, expression bubbles. Or whatever the comic book equivalent is.
See, the way she got up, I'm pretty sure her butt's just in the air. I like that rude hero is calling somebody else out for having no manners.
I'm just curious how much busting a hump he did losing that unwinnable battle.
Or, well, he did lose an arm and reattach it through I don't know how.
Why is it always the bats?
I don't know. This game gets pretty skeezy sometimes, and here's another example of it. Girl in danger reacts exactly as I would. How does he know that? Has his head split open? Did he have to green magic his head back together?
This is not how you impress someone on the first date. The voices in my head. They tell me you're pretty.
Well, I'm a professional personal assistant, and I make, so much a year, and I hear voices. How about you? What do you do for a living?
Voices in my head tell me that you should pay 70% of the bill. Okay.
Apparently, there are always lots of monsters for him to fight wherever he goes, but he's only level 3, if you saw that.
Well, that implies that this has happened for some amount of time before we controlled him.
I guess?
Because I assume we didn't go up 2 levels from beating up those 2 skeletons.
No, we didn't. And I like this dialogue here because, I am a bad boy type, or her, that's great. I should probably be nicer to this game because I really do like it, but a lot of the writing and translation is not the best. And this was done by a veteran, Jeremy Blaustein, who did work for Konami in the 90s, so you'd think he would have done a better job at some of this. And we're going to see a lot more, like, just things that don't quite mesh up, or things that match in the writing throughout this game. Oh, yes. Let's ham-fisted introduce ourselves, shall we? No snickering about the name, please. Because I know what it means, too.
Can I make puns like, oh, you're the only one for me?
Yeah, that's fine. And I may have alluded to this. Alice Elliott here, I guess I didn't allude to it, but I'll tell you now. In the beginning, if you paid attention during the newspaper, her name came up. She's actually that character.
Ah.
And Yuri, being an RPG protagonist, immediately hits on her upon learning her name.
I've known a couple of Alices in my time, and yeah, it is a cute name, and it is generally given to cute girls.
Well, that's lovely. So, now we actually have a 2-person party. Alice is level 1.
She's a complete battle virgin right there.
And that's what the leather belt is. It's an attack increasing accessory. I love watching him run. That is comedy gold. Alright, so
Strange. In most games, belts are defensive equipment.
we'll be seeing one of those next time, but yeah, this is going to be kind of short. I'm cutting most of the encounters out, and you'll see cut points for those. Here's an example of when you miss one in the Judgment Ring. She's beating people with a book.
Wonderful.
I love this battle theme. I didn't at first. Brainhopper, it's called. It kind of grew on me over playing this game a lot over the last 15 years.
I think someone once said the hallmark of a good RPG battle theme is something that doesn't make you want to kill yourself after the 100th time.
I've played a lot of games with those. It's like, I don't want to hear this music anymore. So we saw this area earlier, and here's where if you hadn't gotten it, you would be able to see that there's a treasure chest up there with a leather belt inside, or something inside, but it's a leather belt.
So, is Alice like the Maria in this game? She's cute and attacks things with whatever she has on hand.
Her weapons are consistently books. I'll just go ahead and tell you, she's the daughter of a priest, and her first book here is a Bible. So she's beating people with a Bible for maximum blasphemy.
No, it's okay, because, we seem to be going up against demonic entities. A Bible is a good choice of weapon.
And 12th century alchemists. So I don't know how much attention you're paying, but maybe one of these gates can help us move further down because there was a big chunk of water blocking our path. Oh yeah, battle.
Anytime you see a slight zip.
Yep. So this gate looks like it would work. But we need a handle. Unfortunately, there are 2 functioning handles.
Does it matter which handle you go for?
I will tell you that it does. And the way it matters, once Yuri here figures out how to approach the thing, since there are 2, each one has a different kind of gameplay challenge you have to pass to get it.
Oh, I see.
Another Judgment Ring.
Yeah, this is the Judgment Ring is our mechanic.
Yep, and I actually missed here, which is unfortunate. But we're going to try again. See, the bottom one has what they call a push ring, which is like one of those tests where you have to get and keep it in a certain area. You know what I mean? Where you have like usually it's like one of those meters that you have to fill up to only so high.
Ah, yes.
The push ring is like that. There's a small area you have to kind of keep the meter within, and if you let it go, it goes back to the start, and if you go too far, you have to wait for it to get back. And yeah, I chose that one because it is less of a pain in my butt.
And they don't give you any benefit or reward over one another.
So, hey, battle. I'm gonna stop calling that out though, because the whole point of cutting them out is to not have them there. Alright, good news is we don't have to do another timing minigame to make the gate go up, thank goodness.
Yeah, that would have got annoying quick if they had it for every single thing.
You'll see, there's a lot of them. But yes, the Judgment Ring is the mechanic for everything in the game. When you need a mechanic. I'm trying not to just, narrate everything going on screen. So then the main character said, let's take a rest. And the girl said, okay.
Morn,
Yes?
they can look.
Oh, well, all right then. I'm glad I'm not doing that then. See, look, I can't really figure it out, but from most of the angles, it looks like her booty is just sticking up in the air.
I don't know, maybe her skirt doesn't fold down properly and she just has to be like that.
we're going to see in other parts that laying down from different angles, and that is kind of what it looks like. But most of the time, she just looks like, I gotta sleep with my booty up. So, he's, not happy with his voice, apparently. And here's another one that doesn't quite mesh up. She's just saying ZZZ here. She mentioned her father earlier, and only now is he putting it together. Like, he's not meant to be the smartest of heroes, but I just think the lines don't match up is the thing.
Next time you pause and look in the menu, I'm going to look for this guy's intelligence.
Well, before that happens, somebody's just showing up here. Apparently it's Yuri's father.
Why are we Naruto now?
I'm pretty sure this predates that, but whatever. So here we're starting to get some interesting backstory a little bit. Apparently, all the monsters he's killed are still out there somewhere. At least their souls are.
Okay.
And they are making this fox face appear. Thanks somehow to Alice. So here's where, the game really starts getting interesting, I think. It also starts crawling inside of its own butt. Sorry.
Okay, so she's preventing things going to the afterlife? Is that what we're being told here?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Just somehow she is enabling monsters to overflow into the world or something. The game doesn't really make it very clear. Even later when things, get different. But yeah. Hey, battle.
They have a similar bow stance.
Yeah, they do. So SP lowering. Now I can't fuse. I'm stuck just using my attacks and nothing else. I should have healed. This is going to end badly.
But you knocked him down.
I totally knocked him down.
Look at you. You're almost like Garland.
Or Roger Bacon. That's a great name for a move, isn't it? So yes, that immediately puts you to 1 hit point.
Oh, okay, I was going to say.
Whatever hit points you have, the 3 exclamation points does that -1, and yeah.
So it's like trying to kill a new.
Something like that, yeah. So this game starts with 2 unwinnable boss fights.
Also, he turned into the same guy as we did.
Yes, he did. So here's where we ended up after getting murdered by Foxface.
And didn't Yuri say, "Father"?
Yes, he did.
Huh. I mean, I'm not going to put too much stock in that because he called Bacon Pops, so...
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a speech tick he has.
It could be. So this is a creepy graveyard, isn't it?
Oh wow, I'm actually hearing things coming to my left and right ears at different times.
Yes, that's what stereo sounds like.
Shush!
Can't believe I'm leaving that audio in.
Okay.
You know, maybe you have, Yuri. Maybe you're insane.
You weren't even asleep.
Well, you know, they say death is a kind of eternal sleep. Oh, and here we get some more of Yuri's great personality.
Yuri the White Knight.
Basically.
There's not an asterisk, so she's meant
Saying?
Yep. Smooth!
Oh man, now I'm all depressed. I didn't get somebody shouting smooch at me. Yeah, I had to check out the glowing gravestone, of course.
I think this guy is a bit too meta.
He's like that, yeah. But that's one of the things that happens here. But regardless of that, let's have a battle. So now we're fighting Raging Tiger.
Beautiful.
Yep. Hey, I just did damage to you. What are you healing it off for?
Well, the fact that he needs to have a healing move implies to me this is meant to be winnable.
Yeah, this is a winnable fight.
This battle music, I like it because it's different to the typical, oh, this is an RPG, this is a battle, go punch some monsters. This is just, I don't know, it's like it's meant to be, it was originally meant to be in a cutscene where something dramatic and depressing happens, but then it was like, nah, let's just make it the battle theme.
Yeah, I'll probably post a link to it. Because I really like Brain Hopper. Like I said, it grew on me. The bass line is really the best part. Meanwhile, we did win, and we got something.
We got a new Pokemon.
Or, I don't know, all those things you said earlier.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's called Raging Tiger and not Tigerion.
Oh, new Minicon to equip.
Yes, I don't want to talk too much about the game that comes after this, which is a direct sequel. But in that one, you don't have to equip souls. Here, you're only allowed 3 total fusions. And I thought we might take a quick peek at these and see what they are described as we get them here. So this is Death Emperor. He's our low-level darkness one. And based on the fact that it was Seal of Earth, you can guess that Raging Tiger is an Earth-based one.
This guy seems to have decent skills.
And if you look, you'll notice when we fuse, our stats change.
So you're taking on a bit of the demon's power in exchange for who knows what right now.
Yeah, that may come up later. So did you get a chance to check his intelligence, or are you going to have to rewind later? I wanted to check this door.
I completely forgot.
Nathan's like, I'm just going to lose my sync with you on this video just to go back and look. I'm like, don't do that. Interesting stuff's about to happen again.
This game has been nothing but interesting stuff.
I know. That's why I wanted to share it with you and whoever else watches this. So I'm going to tell you something right now, just to let you know ahead of time. We never learn what the hell these 4 masks are all about. Ever. We know that Yuri damned them to eternal hell or something, and I guess he's called a Harmonixer? But that's as far as we get in terms of learning what these masks are about. Ever.
The red one, I assume, is talking right now. Reminds me a little bit of Aku Aku from Crash Bandicoot.
Well, there are 4. The red one you referred to as a staff mask. They spin before they talk, so that was, well, you know. Gold mask is the one that looks like, I don't know, something horned and weird.
He also has a green aura.
Yep.
So I think this is the first example of the translation really falling apart.
It does. Especially given up there with the one that's called the sword mask is the gold one.
Does it keep as atmospheric? And does it keep this tone throughout the whole thing?
Yes.
Or... Nice.
Even when it's upbeat, there's still some of this. We'll be seeing a lot of that as we go. So right now, they're explaining one of the central mechanics that isn't the judgment ring, okay?
Oh. Should I be paying attention?
I was hoping you'd pay attention the whole time.
Well, no, I was too busy talking about the masks.
There was words on the screen. You don't have to talk over them. Basically, what's happened is, as you kill enemies, something called malice raises up. And if you get too much malice stored in, Foxface gets to show up and ruin your day again.
Okay, so that's preventing you from over-leveling or something?
Well, no. We'll see how we deal with it. But before we do, I want to point out, he's been hunting monsters for over 10 years and he's level 3.
They're really tricky to find.
But he's got a voice telling him where they all are. And now, again, these masks like to torment Yuri. That's something else I know about them. And this is some awkward exposition right here. I need to explain my character motivation to masks who presumably know a lot about me.
Okay, so is the father dead? Is the father the one that he's getting the revenge on?
Well, they seem to be acting as though his father is dead. And the fox face that's supposed to be him seems to be coming out of Yuri's nightmares for some reason that we'll be exploring way later. Because, you know, I can just tell you that's going to happen because video game plots. So here's what happens, alright? In order to get the malice to go away and not have to deal with Foxface, you have to show up here and fight things.
So we're going to be able to freely come to the graveyard here.
Yes, there will be an option in the menu. So, we got Raging Tiger, let's play with him. Compared to Foxface, Yuri has a real problem with fusion, doesn't he? So yeah, basically there are a set of enemies. This is Evil 4, and there are 4 tiers of them based on how much malice you've stored up. So I will be ensuring at some point during this that we will be showing up in here to fight each tier once. We've done Eagle 4, that leaves 3 more.
They don't give you experience or money or anything.
No.
Based on... So it's literally just do you want to have a bad time or do you want to face an easy enemy? It just seems a little bit like busy work for the sake of it.
Well, yeah, but still it's fun. And there will be this little talisman, you saw it on the menu screen, the title screen, that glows with malice colors. And it tells you how far you are along the way.
To having your face kicked in?
Yes.
Okay.
And here they're explaining that it's a temporary thing. So when we go home to fight things, we just get more malice, and then we come back here, we go out. As you put it, it's busy work. You do get items for doing it, though, so free heals, I guess, after the fact. Oh, there was something else I didn't explain while we're here. You noticed, I assume, that we have 3 point meters. We have HP, MP, and SP.
Yes.
SP stands for sanity points. The other 2 are self-obvious.
Oh, man.
And if your sanity points ever reach 0, you go berserk.
Oh.
And you fight anyone and everyone. The character that goes berserk does, anyway.
Oh.
And it actually hinders... The game has a scoring system, if you care. I'll maybe show the score meter in another part. And, yeah, if you... Going berserk is bad for the score, but we're eventually going to have to go berserk about 8 times.
Is that the minimum amount of times, or...?
Yeah, that is like the absolute minimum of times you can go berserk in the game, and... Actually, you can go berserk 0 times, but we're going to want to go berserk 8 times. We'll be getting into that way, way later. You'll have forgotten by the time I bring it up again.
Part 32. I bring it up again.
About like that, yeah. So now Alice is waking Yuri up, I guess? He, however, sleeps just face down. Just...
In the mud, like he deserves.
Aww. He's back, huh?
Were you talking about your father in your sleep too?
Masks and malice. I like that she feels the need to capitalize it even though she doesn't know. Or couldn't possibly. The least rude of rude heroes. Okay, but how long before you found me? That's what I want to know.
Well, Foxface had the battle with you right by the campfire, so...
Which you'll notice that went out.
So presumably when she woke up?
Oh well, in any case, I think this is where we're going to end for now. And by which I mean I'm out of video for you. So, hey, if you're watching this, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for part 2, where we go find a town.
Same here.
Alright.